Lend a helping hand. It's a win-win. NFL news and a long holiday weekend is upon us.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello there and welcome to a Thursday. It's July 2nd, 2020. Whew. Days are going faster now. Days are going faster. Day 291 of Gotta Get on Ellen. I've always found that I have this count up to the summer solstice because I'm always like amazed at how light it stays late. And I'm like, wow, it's not even the summer solstice yet. And it's still light out like this. It's crazy. And then when you hit the summer solstice, all of a sudden, it's like time turns around. It's like the next thing you know, it's getting light, or it's getting dark at like 8 o'clock. And you didn't even realize it. So time seems to go much quicker from the summer solstice on, in my opinion. But, you know, we've got a lot of summer left. And then fall, not too shabby. Still going to be spending a lot of time at home. So I hope you have a nice little area where you can relax and refresh and enjoy, a place where you can spend the next couple of days. Do you have tomorrow off for the holiday? Oh my gosh, me too. This is my way of saying, yes, I will be taking tomorrow off for the holiday. I will be back on Monday. Today we will be finishing up on our weeks-long focus on gratitude, and starting Monday, we will get into living with intention and building new habits. Exciting stuff, people. Exciting stuff. So I hope that you have lots of fun things planned for the long holiday weekend. 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. We're having a great stretch of weather here in the Northeast. The Jersey Shore experienced some heavy rains yesterday. It's okay. Get them out of the way. We're good now. I didn't have to water the flowers in the afternoon. Did it in the morning because I wasn't sure how the rain was going to pan out. But it's always nice to take a little break from watering the flowers. Getting a lot of compliments on my flowers this year, I got to tell you. I figured out a big secret of what I've been doing wrong all of this time. I have been severely underwatering everything. Everything, except maybe the tomatoes. I'm not sure what my problem is still with the tomatoes because I've always been extra careful with the tomatoes. So I'm just kind of giving them the same amount that I'm giving everything else right now. I always start out well with the tomatoes. I start out, they look good, the leaves look good, get lots of the blossoms, they start turning into tomatoes, they're growing really nice. And then, bam, they start to turn red and they get bottom rot. And they crack. I have been told in the past that's a sign of overwatering. Maybe I've been misinformed. I don't know. Only time will tell. I believe this is year 6 of me trying to grow my own tomatoes. I got a couple last year. Not nearly enough to make it worth all the time and effort I put into it, but we'll see how it pans out. But we're going to have a great stretch of weather for the next couple of days. Slight chance of a shower, I think, tomorrow and Saturday. Going to be hot, too. So I hope you have a way to cool yourself off. Got my hair did yesterday, and if I don't say so myself, I look fabulous. Gosh, I've been waiting forever for this. You know, my hair is red, and it's very prone to fading in the sun, which I've spent a lot of time in the sun the last month. And normally I take very big precautions when it comes to covering my hair in the sun because I don't want it to fade. I wear a hat or I wear a headband that covers almost all, if not all, of my hair. I have not taken any of those precautions this year. You know why? Because I knew I was going to have to get a whole complete rehaul when I finally got a hair appointment anyway. And it's funny because my hair looks so dark now. And it's my normal color. It's the color that I've been using for the last couple of years. And it just faded that much. And the gray was so prominent, obviously. So, yeah, I'm so excited. But now, like I said, now I've got to cover it. Now I've spent all this money on my hair, and nobody's going to get to see it because I got to cover it up all the time. Ugh. Terrible, terrible. First world problems, right? Some NFL news for you this morning. The NFL has decided to cut the preseason in half. The teams have decided they want to take that time to have workouts and such because they missed a lot of the off-season workouts. I don't mind you cutting the preseason in half. I do get very, very excited for preseason just because I'm so starved for football. But as long as it's just the preseason, getting a little worried about football because, you know, the whole coronavirus thing is kind of coming back. A lot of people putting the brakes on things that were supposed to be getting underway. Today was the day we were supposed to start having some inside dining allowed in New Jersey. That has now been pushed back. Casinos are opening today, though, for the first time since March. Not the Borgata, though. They have decided that if they are not able to offer food or drinks, it just will not be worth their while. So the rest of the casinos, from what I understand, are opening. That's what I'll do. I'll go down to the casino and show off my hair. How's that? It's an idea. So I'm hoping that football is not going to be cut this season because we need it. Gosh, we need it. I think baseball should be starting soon, right? Sometime this month. Man, I need me some sports. But, you know, as long as the weather's cooperating, I'm good. If I can sit outside, I'm good. Sit on my float, hang on the deck, listen to some music. Love it. So the question I wanted to ask you for today was, do you prefer flip-flops or sandals? Before I moved to the shore, I was definitely a sandal girl, and I would often get high heel sandals. Once I moved to the shore full-time, back in 2002, and I got in with a group of people who were very shore-oriented because, you know, they live at the shore. Nothing but flip-flops and board shorts. I never got into the board shorts, but I did come over to the flip-flops, and I remember the first time I went flip-flop shopping, I was like, okay, it's official. I am a shore girl now. I am flip-flop shopping. And let me tell you, flip-flops are not cheap. For like the ones that the people wear around here, the cool ones like Reef or, you know, all these high-end brand names. Yeah, like $35. Sometimes, you know, I've seen them in surf shops for as high as $75. I'm like, I am not paying $75 for a pair of flip-flops. That's right. You can go to Old Navy when they have their sale and get them for $1, something like that. So some of the nicer ones obviously are going to cost you a little bit more money. So I very rarely wear sandals at all anymore. I have a couple of cool summer shoes with a nice wedge heel. One of the things I discovered around here is if you wear heels, you bring a lot of attention to yourself, mostly for the fact that, you know, everything around here is like, you know, wood, like you're walking onto a dock or you're walking on concrete, and high heel shoes make a lot of clacking noises. I remember one time walking into a bar that was basically a dock over the water, and when I walked in, you could hear the click, clop, clip, clop. Every head in that place turned. It was so unnerving to me. I was like, okay, stop looking at me. I'm wearing loud shoes. I get it. So then I started trying to buy like the wedge shoes, and they're not as loud, but the wedge shoes, I guess I get them a little too high. I have fallen a couple of times on the wedge shoes because the wedge gets so tiny, gets so narrow at the bottom. My ankle kind of twists sometimes when I just kind of step wrong. So they're a little dangerous. So I've just been sticking with the flip-flops for the last couple of years. And you know what? I'm okay with that. If it were up to me, I wouldn't wear shoes at all in the summertime. Love walking around barefoot. That's why I need pedicures often. So when it comes to your answers, it was 75% flip-flops. Of course, most people live around here, so we are very flip-flop oriented. But yeah, the majority of people prefer flip-flops over sandals. Maybe it's an age thing too. You just don't want to go through the pain of some of these sandals. And high heels, well, that's just a whole different story. Moving on to today's blog post, lend a helping hand. That's right. Part of being grateful is realizing how well off you truly are. And then you are in a position to share your blessings. Helping others is such a rewarding experience. It really comes in all different ways. You don't have to just give money to an organization in order to be charitable. There are all types of ways to be generous. I happen to like to see the fruits of my giving. Some call that selfish. I say if that's what makes me selfish, I'm okay with that. I do like giving for the sake of giving, but I also want to see that I brighten someone's day. One of the ways that I do this is I tend to be a big tipper. Yes, I do consider this part of my charitable organization. I used to be a server, so I remember what it's like to get a big tip and have it make your day. I want to do that for people. I like to tip the gas station attendant. I live in New Jersey where we don't pump our own. I like to give them a tip from time to time. It's unexpected and usually met with a smile. It's great to raise money for your favorite organization, and if that makes you happy, then keep doing it. Take part in any way you can, whether it be financial or raising money by doing walks or scouting new ways to bring in money. I personally don't discount the fact that it makes you feel good. There's nothing wrong with wanting to see the benefit of your gifts. I once lived on a billboard for 7 days for a local charity. It was part of a promotion, the radio station I was working for at the time. It was a long 7 days, but the day we finally got down, well, it was the greatest feeling in the world. It was probably the most rewarding thing I've ever done up to this point. It was certainly an experience I will never forget. You can volunteer your time in all types of ways. Offer to pick up litter in the neighborhood, volunteer at an animal shelter. I'm always afraid I'm going to come home with every animal if I do that, though. Serve food to the needy. Serve on a board that will help bring more finances into the group. Or you can be charitable in your direct life. Do you have a friend that's going through a tough time? What can you do to lighten their load? Offer to watch the kids one night, maybe? Bring dinner over or grab some groceries for them. Give them a gift that lets them know you are thinking of them and there for them. Or get more involved in your community. I am part of a million groups on Facebook, and I only exaggerate slightly. In one, they announced recently that one of the group members is starting chemotherapy, having to travel up north every day. They're asking people to bring prepared food over so they don't have to worry about meals. Or there are events that take place all over that you can always volunteer for. Do what you can with what you've got. Giving makes you feel good, and there is nothing wrong with that because everyone wins. Oh, it's poor Thursday. As I mentioned, I'm going to be taking the day off tomorrow to celebrate the holiday. I hope you all have a fantastic holiday weekend. Eat some yummy grilled food, potato salad maybe. Be safe in whatever you do. Take some time to work a little more generosity into your life. You won't regret it. Now go on out there and be a badass. You know I'm cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit Hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Happy birthday, America!